Hey guys, Dan here from Dangerously Fit. In this week's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about how I got into Indian club training in the beginning and how it fixed my shoulder. So many years ago, I had a shoulder reconstruction. I had a bike injury, and after that bike injury, I never quite healed. I just kept training on it, really heavy, doing heavy powerlifting, bench press, rows, chin-ups. And then one night I was doing a set of chin-ups and my shoulder completely popped. So I tore the rotator cuff and I ripped the bicep off the shoulder completely. So after surgery, I went to see the physio and he asked me to do a set of push-ups on the floor. I literally could not do a single push-up off my knees. I couldn't even do half a push-up on my knees. So I had to completely start from day one to rehab this shoulder. I went to see the physio and he got me on a standard physio program, and I was using bands just like these. I was doing internal and external rotations with the bands and light abductions and Y's and T's, get that rotator cuff fired up again and get everything working in that shoulder girdle, which were all really good because they helped strengthen those rotator cuffs in isolation. But what they didn't do is strengthen the whole shoulder girdle in unison with each other. Once I'd built a bit of strength, I started using Indian clubs, and that's when everything changed. See, band work is great for isolation, but real shoulder health isn't about isolated strength, it's about integration. So what Indian clubs helped me do is to train the entire shoulder complex, the cuffs, scapula, delts, traps, and thoracic spine to move as one coordinated system. Every swing takes your shoulder through controlled internal and external rotation, builds stability in every angle, and restores rhythm between the scapula and humerus, called scapulohumeral rhythm. They also massively improve proprioception, which is your brain's awareness of joint position, which gets disrupted after surgery or injury. So instead of just building muscle, clubs retrain your nervous system. They teach your shoulders how to move smoothly, symmetrically, and intelligently again. That's why physios are starting to integrate them more and more, because they combine mobility, stability, and motor control in one tool, and they bridge the gap between rehab and real-world movement. So when I first started with Indian clubs, I got myself a real light pair, just like these ones. These are our 1/2 kilo, 1 pound Indian clubs. One of the mistakes people make when they're starting with Indian clubs is trying to go too heavy too soon. Just get yourself a real light pair like these. As I say, these are about 1/2 kilo, 1 pound. 1 pound doesn't sound like it's going to do a whole lot, but with Indian clubs, it's not about going heavy. It's about full range of movement, and it's about speed and focus on smooth, pain-free, controlled movements. So when you're first starting off, just get a 1/2 kilo pair, just like this one. We do sell them on our store. I'll leave the links below in the description if you need some. So I just started with some really basic exercises. I would do 10 arm casts, okay, 10 shield casts, and 10 180s. Okay, if you're not too sure of those exercises, I'll break them down real quick. Okay, so with your arm cast, when we're setting up with the Indian club, we're just gonna have pinky on the pommel, and then from there, shoulder down and pack down, wrist is neutral, elbow tucked in, and then literally we're just putting the end of the club into the back pocket, and we're trying to keep that elbow as close to the ear as possible, okay? Just go as far as you can before you reach any pain, and then stop and then come back down again. So initiate the movement on the way back down by firing up the lat, putting down the elbow, and then bringing it back into that starting position. So I literally just did 10 reps of arm cast. Once I did 10 reps of arm cast, I would do 10 shield cast. So this is a very similar movement, but it's going to increase your range of movement slightly through that shoulder girdle. So if I've got the club in my right hand, I'm literally going to try and put the end of the Indian club in my left back pocket. Okay, if you can, try and get the thumb all the way down to the t-shirt line so you've got your tricep in full flexion, and then bring it back around, and then similar, fire up that lat, pull down the elbow, bring it back into that starting position. So shield cast over the head, bring it down as low as you can. I was still quite sore through the shoulders, so when I first started, I could only get my hand up here, but over time, as you become more mobile through the shoulders, and as you build that strength back up, you will be able to get your thumb all the way down to your t-shirt line, so your tricep is in full flexion. Okay, so don't worry if you can't get that full range of movement to begin with, but over time you'll be able to get lower and lower, so eventually your tricep is in full flexion. Okay, so I did 10 reps of shield cast, and then the last exercise I did was simply 180s. So from now, in the order position, rotate the thoracic away 45 degrees. So I've got the club in the right hand, I'm going to rotate the thoracic 45 degrees this way, and then if you can, full arm lock in the arm, or go as far as you can before you reach any pain, and then I would swing the club into the other side. Okay, so they're the 3 exercises I did, 10 reps of each, do 2 sets of each of those movements. Then I went on to phase 2, and phase 2 was about getting the joint to move in a circular movement pattern again. So the first exercise I did was single mills, so I did 2 sets of 10 on single mills, and then I would do 2 sets of 10 on outside single mills. So with the mills, have the feet quite close in, they can be stacked under your hips where they're comfortable, and then from there, we're going to start with the pinky on the pommel in that front stack position, and then cast the club across the front of the body, so you're nice and long through that wrist in that saber grip. And this hand here can just be where it is out the way, either on the hip or down by the side. And then from there, I'm going to swing that club, and we're really working on range of movement. If you can't get that club all the way up, just go as high as you can before you reach any pain, and then go in from there. Okay, ultimately low, we want to get that club in the Y position up here, and then from the Y position, we go into sword in sheath position. So we've got our thumb touching the top of the head, inside elbow circle back to front stack, cast, saber, Y position, sword in sheath, inside elbow circle, and then over time, you try and speed that movement up and go faster and faster. At the beginning though, if you're still very sore through the shoulders, don't worry about speed, just try and go as far as you can before you reach any pain, and then stop, just trying to go through that full range of movement, trying to loosen up the shoulder and trying to get that circular movement pattern going if you can. Then from there, I did my outside single mills. So from here, we're in that front stack position. So outside elbow circle. So again, we've got that thumb on the back of the head there. We're in that sword in sheath position. This time we cast to the Y position from here, swing that club back down, and then from here, back into the front stack, into the outside elbow, back into that starting position. And again, we're just trying to work full range of movement. Once you get that full range of movement, then you can speed that movement up and go a little bit quicker. So again, this isn't about lifting heavy, it's about going through the full range of movement, and then once you get that full range of movement going, then speeding that movement up and going a little bit quicker. And then the third phase we went into was building strength. And then phase 3 was about linking both shoulders together and improving timing and control. So for that, I did double inside mills, double outside mills, and then double shield cast. So I'll go through the technique on those 3 exercises real quick. So with your inside mills, we've got a double stack now. Same again with your feet, just stacked under the hips, nice and comfortable. And then from there, pinky on the pommel with your grip, and then we're gonna cast both clubs into the saber grip, exactly as we did with those single inside mills. Bring them up into the Y position, bring them both into sword in sheath, double inside elbow circles, and this time, if my last time my right hand was in front, this time left hand is in front, and we swap over. Again, you're not going for speed to start with, we're just trying to get the full range of movement, and we're trying to link both shoulders together so everything's firing in unison together. Okay, and then over time, you can speed that movement up and it'll become much more fluid and controlled. Okay, so there your inside mills. Outside mills is the complete opposite. So outside elbow circle, sword in sheath, Y position, swing those clubs down. Right hand is in front for the first rep. back into front stack, outside elbow circle, sword in sheath, Y position, this time left hand is in front, and we keep going forward. Again, just working on range of movement. We're trying to get those arms straight, so we're in that big stretched out Y position, and trying to work on full range of movement as much as possible. And then the last exercise was double shield cast or alternating shield cast, which was simply same as we did before. We did shield cast on one side and then hold one club in all position, shield cast on the other side. By now, I was getting that tricep all the way down to the thumb was on the back of the t-shirt line and coming back in, and my full range of movement was starting to come back. After about 12 weeks of working with the Indian club, so I did 4 weeks on phase 1, 4 weeks on phase 2, 4 weeks on phase 3. I then moved on to heavy steel clubs. So as my shoulder became stronger, I started to go on to the heavy weights. So with the Indian clubs, they're around about 1 pound to 3 pounds, which is around about half a kilo to 1.5 kilos. And then these steel clubs, they start around about 2 kilos, which is about 5 pounds. And they go all the way up to about 30 kilos, which is around about 65 pounds. After about 12 weeks of working on the Indian clubs, so I did phase 1 was for 4 weeks, and then 4 weeks in phase 2, 4 weeks in phase 3. So after 12 weeks, I then moved on to heavy steel clubs, and that's where the serious strength started to happen. After a few more months, I was able to press and pull just like I was doing before, and I was back doing chin-ups just like I was again. So even to this day, I'll still use Indian clubs and still use steel clubs as part of my weekly workouts. 2 to 3 times per week, I'll put those club workouts in, as well as with the steel mace as well. So the Indian clubs themselves are a fantastic training tool for rehab and prehab. I use them as part of my warm-up, so I'll spend 4 to 5 minutes every workout using the Indian clubs. They get that mobility going through the shoulders, which helps stability through that shoulder girdle. And by incorporating the clubs, that builds the strength, and strength plus mobility plus stability equals durability, and durability is your resilience to injury. So by incorporating the Indian clubs and steel clubs into your training programs, you're going to have shoulders far more resilient to injury. But not only that, you're going to find that you're going to be able to lift heavier when you go back to your gym workouts, when you go back onto the barbells, dumbbells and kettlebells. You're going to find you're going to be able to press heavier because you've got shoulders that are far stronger than they were before. So by incorporating these clubs into your training programs, you're going to be lifting a lot heavier and with a much better technique, and you're going to be able to restore some of those shoulder injuries. So if you've had a shoulder injury, I highly recommend you try and see a physio that works with Indian clubs. They'll put you on a proper program that's specific to you. I've just shown you today some of the exercises that I did and that worked for me, but for you, I do recommend that you see someone that can write you a training program using the Indian clubs. Indian clubs will do more than just strengthen the shoulders. They'll retrain how your shoulders actually move and integrate and fire up and work in unison with each other. So for me, the Indian clubs and the steel clubs were a fantastic training tool that got me from rehab back into the gym and back into serious strength workouts. That's it for today's video. Be sure to comment below and let me know how you get on. And if you want to get yourself some dangerously fit steel clubs or Indian clubs, I'll leave the links in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.